Hey Doc, good to see you again. I know that I popped in here last week and you had agreed that today around 2 o'clock was the best time for you. So let's just get right into it. Again, Matt Kinmore with InMode. I do appreciate the time. I know that you're super busy and I don't need a ton of time, maybe just 5 to 10 minutes today just to get into a little bit more about what we talked about last week. I know that when I popped in here, I was in between appointments and we didn't have a ton of time, and I had looked on your website before I came in and noticed again that you guys were only doing Botox and filler. You guys were doing some skincare, some hormones, a little bit of Latisse, and you guys were offering no technology at all. So just, quick about InMode. We're a company that's been around a little over 10 years as a small private company. And actually just about 5 to 6 months ago, went public on the NASDAQ, and it's just been crazy. So I've been here now for about 5 months or so. I'm actually one of 150 new reps across the US. And what's crazy is a lot of the people that are here at InMode, we kind of consider ourselves the all-stars of aesthetics. Not necessarily myself, but all of my leadership and, my guys that I work with, they all came from the larger conglomerates in the industry. Your Cynosures, your Cutera, Centeron Candela, Alma, Luminous. They all left those companies selling, 20, 30 different systems, and all frankly came to a company that were just selling a couple with BodyTite, FaceTite, microneedling RF, award-winning stuff. And so when they all got here, they rebranded the company, started doing things a little bit different. The things that we've done differently as a company is we've been able to put out platforms that all have multiple handpieces with multiple revenue streams, all very unique in their own way, from minimally invasive surgical to non-invasive body contouring to women's sexual health to hair removal. We do it all. And so it's been a fun ride for me. And what you and I had talked about last week was you were looking for something in the world of skin tightening, right? Well, you couldn't have picked something better, to be honest with you. And you couldn't partner with someone better than InMode. And the reason why is because Morpheus 8 is revolutionary. It's game-changing, to be frank. And the reason why is it is delegatable to staff, and it is able to go at different depths into the skin. So unlike traditional microneedling, we actually have RF behind the needles, and that is able to help coagulate and ablate tissue, and we can again treat the epidermis, dermis, and the fat layer. And so it's just been pretty wild for us, and we have about 10, 11, 12 competitors in the industry, and if you were to take all of their RF microneedling systems and tally them up compared to how many Morpheus we've actually been able to install across the US, which is well over 1,000, there's no comparison. And the reason why is because we're the best. And so what I would like to do is just give you a little bit of an illustration of what are the other microneedling RF companies doing, okay? So all of the other microneedling RF companies, their needle design is positive and negative energy on each needle, right? And so the thermal spread and the energy is not able to get as deep, right? Not only that, their pins are really only penetrating anywhere between 2 to 3 millimeters in depth, where Morpheus is different and has truly changed the game in RF microneedling, and really being able to get to that subdermal layer. We actually call it a SARD device, subdermal adipose remodeling device. So this is where Morpheus is different. So as you can see, the pin designs, each pin is positively charged, okay? And the return electrode is on the handpiece, and it's on the outside. So our thermal spread is much more impactful and much better. Now, what does that mean? So more spread means a better energy, or a better injury, I apologize, which means a better result. Would you agree? Perfect. Well, secondly, is because with this spread and with our temperatures on our device and the energy behind it, we're actually able to get hotter. So what does that mean? Well, our needles all heat up at the exact same time, and then they're actually able to shut off. So there's not a ton of heat up time, and you're sitting there waiting for the device to get hot, and then you're able to treat, and it's taking you, an hour to 2 hours to treat. Well, that's where this is unique, because we're able to right away get to temperature and, again, coagulate and ablate. So we're able to get hotter. So everybody else out there, like your Secret, Genius, Scarlett, those are all coagulation devices. So they're able to get to a little decent amount of depth, maybe call it 1 to 3 millimeters, but they have really no thermal spread, and they're going to be getting treated like you're going to treat a patient maybe 5, 6, 7 times, and just get kind of whatever results. Well, we're able to get fantastic results after oftentimes just one treatment, and I'll give you an example of that. And it's just been pretty fantastic for us. So this is one of my favorite pictures to show. So this gal had one treatment of Morpheus, face and neck, and that picture is 30 days post. So that's pretty fantastic, honestly. But what's unique about this is we're not able to just treat face and neck. We can get to 4 millimeters in depth with an additional millimeter of thermal heat, and to be able to treat hyperhidrosis, active acne, acne scars. You have a patient that gets a lot of that jowling or adipose in their jawline or in their submental region. We're able to hit that with Morpheus, and we're able to get down to that deep fat layer. And so you got to use topical anesthetic for this, obviously. You let that sit for about 30 minutes or so, but you're doing a face and neck in literally 10 or 15 minutes. Again, delegatable to anybody in the staff, or on staff rather. So it's been an awesome thing for us. And so a couple of others, just to kind of show you, give you a little video. There's no sound, but you can see how the treatment looks. So you can get up into the eye area, that periorbital area, treat those kind of festoons, the fat bags under the eyes. It's a very diverse platform. This is another great before and after that I like to show. Again, kind of treating that lower eyelid area. And just after 3 treatments, you're able to get these types of results. So between each treatment, you're going to probably want to wait about 3 to 6 weeks, call it 4, just to be safe. And what's really amazing about this, and we're getting essentially surgical-like results without the surgery due to that depth, the thermal spread, being able to ablate and create ablative temperatures. So it's been great. And that is where we're different. And so again, all 3 of those variables, looking at that, more heat spread causing a better injury and getting those wow-like results, being able to get hotter into those ablative temperatures where everyone else in the industry can only coagulate and just get kind of the whatever type results. And then also the depth penetration. And that's where Morpheus has just been incredible for us. And we're not worried about the competition because we have a 17-year design and utility patent on this device. So it's patent protected. Nobody can come and replicate it and try to come in and change the game, if you will. There's just simply nobody can do that. So with these types of results that we've been talking about and showing, we're able to charge, the treatment protocol is 1 to 3. You're going to get some amazing results, as you saw, after just oftentimes 1 treatment, but typically people sell these in packages of 3. And in the state of Oklahoma and in this market, we've put in devices in Oklahoma City, in Tulsa, Shawnee, Oklahoma, Choctaw, Claremore, Ada, even small towns. They're getting away with charging due to the results of this device and how incredible they are. You're able to get anywhere between $1,800 to $2,400 for a series of 3. That's not bad. And so, if this is something that you think, I see you nodding your head and kind of agreeing because it's able to be done in high volume. The disposable on this, $75. That's, again, where InMode is so much different. We have no pulse counts on any of our technology, low disposables, and, there's nobody out there that can do what we're doing. And so it's just been great for us, and that's the reason why we've been able to install 1,000 of these Morpheus across the country within the last year. So I see you nodding your head and seeing like this is something that you'd like to hear more about. Again, I've only been here for a few months, and so what I'd like to do is set up our next meeting for my area sales manager, Jake Alexander. Jake's an awesome guy. He's from the Tulsa area, played football up there. He's just a big, loud, goofy guy that wears his Wranglers and cowboy boots. You'll love him. He's just the loudest guy in the room. But he'll be able to come in here and really get into more of the clinical if you have any type of, more questions. If I can help answer any of those today, that'd be great. But if not, again, we can get this set up for Jake because he's able to come in and see if this is going to be something that looks like would fit into your practice. It sounds like this is something that you would like to hear more about and maybe get some final numbers on, and he can absolutely do that. So, it was great being able to sit down with you. Can we look at your schedule? Jake, I don't want to bring Jake into this next meeting unless this is something that you're pretty serious about. Do you have any reservations or, hesitations about, moving forward to the next step? Because it sounds like you've acknowledged that you see this fitting in. You have patients asking for this type of skin tightening, right? And so you don't have anything yet. And so that's something that I think would be a great fit for you in your practice. But I bring up Jake because he's super busy covering Oklahoma and Arkansas. And the last thing I would want to do is to have egg on my face. Just to be frank with you, you seem pretty straightforward, so I want to be straightforward back. Jake's coming here to talk business. And so if this is something that you legit seeing fitting into your practice, I'll be happy to get him in here. But if not, that's fine. We can set up another meeting, in a month or so, and I can come back in and answer more questions. So if you don't mind, let's look at your calendar and let's see, if this is something that, you keep telling me that you like this. So let's get Jake in here and you guys can get into more clinical and talk some numbers. Is that fair? Perfect. How does what is today? Thursday. How does next Monday afternoon look for you? Good? Okay. I will get Jake in here about 2 o'clock then. Awesome. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.